Live from Brooklyn TV, DJ Anthony Mace. I'm here with a special guest MC from Staten Island, New York, accompanied by, of course, Stomach. Shout out to him. Dyverse, Staten Island's own.
Yeah. You can call me that. You can call me Staten Island's own. I'm a Bronx originator.
Oh.
I'm a Staten Island migrator. Then I became a Staten Island legislator, you heard?
So it's like that, though. You're from the boogie down.
I'm from the boogie down.
All right. When did you move to the island?
In like 89, 90. So I was a shorty. I went through the whole high school era.
Right.
And in Staten Island, though, which is really all you need to have done to grow up in Staten Island is really the high school era. So,
no doubt. They say hip hop originated in the Bronx. You agree with that?
Of course, I do agree with that.
All right.
I was there. I was there.
No
I was
doubt.
at block parties at 4 or 5 years old, watching it go down. Like
4 or 5 on the block.
There was no rap on the radio. It was block parties and jams.
Yeah.
Word.
That's where it all came from, in the streets.
Absolutely. Plugging into the phone. I mean to the light post. Like I really seen lamp posts plugged into the.
That's funny. Cap said the same shit.
It was for real. We used to do that. Like you know what I'm saying. Used to try to get behind the DJ wire. Remember the little wire to keep you out? Everybody used to want to be behind the DJ wire. I remember all that. Like as a shorty, wanting to be a part of that.
No doubt. So, again, coming to Staten Island and already having the hip hop in your blood. Mm-hmm. Did you start working with Staten Island artists when you got to the borough? How old were you when you got to Staten Island?
Probably like 13, 14.
All right. So when did hip hop start for you as an artist?
As an artist, it happened in Staten Island. I was in high school. I had a homeboy who used to we had typing class, and he used to type up rhymes or in typing class. And when I peeped that he did that in class, I was like, all right, I'll do that too. And I wrote my first rhyme, and it took me like 2 weeks. But it was like 100 bars.
How'd it come out?
It came out bananas. But it was like 100 bars. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I took it, as long as it was rhyming, I just kept on writing.
Right.
I printed it out. It was like 3 pages.
No doubt.
But that's how I wrote my first rhyme. And in the beginning, I wasn't even sharing rhymes with people. I would just write them, and I wouldn't spit them. Because I didn't feel like all of a sudden, now Dyverse, you're a rapper now. They used to call me Big Vern and shit. So he was like, all of a sudden, you're a rapper now. So I didn't feel comfortable with spitting my darts because I just didn't feel credible.
Right.
Not that I wasn't nice, but I just didn't feel like, who am I all of a sudden to be a rapper?
But how is it being a rapper, growing up around people like Method Man and everybody from the Wu, being from the same area? How does a rapper feel going up against such competition like that in the 90s?
I mean, I didn't grow up with them cats. Like where I was at in Staten Island was in Park Hill. I started going to Park Hill, and once I had a couple of friends out there, I would be out there on a regular basis.
Where were you from?
When I lived in Staten Island, the first neighborhood I ever lived in Staten Island was West Brighton.
Okay.
And then I wound up moving to the harbor, and I became a harbor cat, really kind of.
No doubt.
To a certain degree. Shout out to Harbor World, Jungle Nose.
The Wu-Tang influence covered all of Staten Island, though.
Everybody.
We know that.
Once
we know
Staten
that, so it
Island
didn't
was
matter
on the map, it was
whether
a
you
rap.
were from West Brighton or anywhere out there. Of course, Staten Island got deep history myself. Before I lived in Brooklyn, I lived in Staten Island, so I'm really accustomed to the history of the way hip-hop worked in the borough.
Plus, everybody in Staten Island is related. So I don't care if you live in Park Hill or not. You related, you ghost cousin, you somebody's cousin.
Out of the blue.
Somebody.
Your family's from Shaolin.
Word. Everybody is related on Staten Island some way, somehow married into, whatever.
Right.
So it's like, no matter where you from Staten Island, somebody in the Wu you felt represented by.
Yeah.
Word.
So you've been making music for a minute then. Has
For a long time.
hip-hop been solely your life? Have you done other things over the years? Like, what would you say? How much of a role has hip-hop played in your life?
Hip-hop is probably the most influential thing in my life overall because I came up in the Bronx when hip-hop was hitting.
Right.
Like in the sense that we was rocking Lees and Pumas with no laces and breakdancing and windbreakers and linoleum. Like, that was my youth. You know what I'm saying? And then as an adult, watching Video Music Box and Yo MTV Raps and all of that stuff developing, like watching hip hop become mainstream. My whole life has been a part of that. You know what I'm saying? From the way we dress, from what shoes, what sneakers we rock. So
So why? So what would you say? See, there was such a standard. The way hip hop was developing was really the way the style in the street was going, right? As you said, hip hop had a big to do with the culture of how you lived and how you dressed and how you were doing
Even to
things.
this day, though.
Yeah, but to this day, it's changed so much. How do you feel about that?
Not for people who come from it.
Right.
From people, like I was out last night. We was at Sutra for Toka Tuesdays and shit.
Okay.
And everybody 30 and over, hip-hop out. All the music that was playing in there was from 90s.
Right.
And it was a grown-ass crowd chilling, having a good time. Like, so for people who's from it, they still in it.
But what about the new era that don't respect where we come from?
Nobody don't respect shit, period, honestly.
So it's just
So
another
it's
thing.
not just a matter of eras. Like,
Yeah.
as far as the shorties is concerned, they always going to want to feel like they the shit. They always, that's part of being young.
Didn't it always work like that?
We was the shit too. You know, I'm still a shit. It's just that some people can maintain it. You know what I'm saying? Some people hope to gain it. Some people can maintain it.
Right.
As far as young people now, the whack thing about now is that they're trying to make it trendy to not have nothing to do with where it came from.
Yeah.
As opposed to that. Like, it's cool for young people to act like they created it, it's theirs, and whatever they doing is what's popping. And that's not the truth. The truth of the matter is, from everything that made hip-hop great had to do with people respecting backwards, because
Right.
they knew that this lane was created by some dudes who had the balls and the ingenuity to jump out the window and do something new.
Right.
So what these shorties do ain't really new, but they feel like it's new, and they amped about it, but it ain't new. And when you respect the fact that people been fly before you, these skinny jeans, people, they was doing that in the 80s. The B-boys was doing skinny jeans in the 80s, except for they actually was dancing.
Right.
I don't know what they doing
Nah.
now with the skinny. I think they just
They ain't
modeling
dancing.
them shit.
They you can't. I don't even know how you dance in
Word.
tight pants like that.
But break dancing, I remember when dudes used to tie their pants leg up with shoelaces or rubber bands to make it tight around the ankles so they could do flips and windmills. And,
right.
So I don't, you know what I mean? But
But that's still out there too. That's
Yeah.
still out there too. That
Yeah.
B-boy shit. That's still out there. Shout
Yeah.
out to my man Zeps. He always
to
brings
all the
that culture
B-boys.
to his music, and he was just touring abroad. And I know I don't know if it was. I'm sorry, Zeps. I can't remember where you went, but he's big out there with his music and also the style out there. They still represent that classic B-boy style. Where they're dancing to the music, and
it's fun, man. Like, shout out to my man Quickstep and Ken Swift and all them cats. Like, you know what I mean, Rocksteady and all the original B-boys. Like, I used to throw a lot of parties and events like that. You know what I'm saying? And they make it. We still form a cipher to watch them dance. Put it that way.
But that's what I'm saying. You think that's what's missing today, 2013? You think the way you used to plug into the street pole and the way people were just freestyling on the corner, you think that the love came out of the music and the hip hop, and now it's just all about getting paid and the business of it?
I mean, everything is all about getting paid in the business of it. The sad thing is that it's in all music. All music sucks, like, for real.
Right.
Like, who's really dope as an artist? It's rare. You know, I'm hearing a lot of good things about the kid Bruno Mars, about he's this great, phenomenal singer. But I couldn't tell because all his records are so pop that I can't even hear how good he is.
But that's what it is. I mean, when Michael Jackson came out with Billie Jean, I mean, Michael Jackson's there was a better example than Michael. But when he came out with that record, that was an ultimate pop record that everybody recognized.
It became pop. It didn't start pop.
Well, what was it?
It was like an R&B funk record. Really, if you listen to the beat and
Billie
the drums,
Jean?
listen to that bass line. Dun, 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 dun. That's a funk bass line. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear it, you know it's a funk record, but because of who he was, it became pop. What I'm saying is that
they're just
new artists and the way music works and the machine of radio and the machine of the industry makes it where the music is already promoted as you make it. So you're not really genuinely making music from the heart. You're making what you think you need to make.
Well, that's
you know
what the culture is now. You know, you're getting these artists that are, you know, you're putting whatever they are on top of a certain style of beat, and it's creating money. Like Bruno Mars, he is a good singer.
He's a good. I can't tell. Like, it's all. The same
you
to
brought
me.
him up as an example, so definitely Bruno Mars is definitely a good singer. But his hit song that he came out with is the beat is very much like a Michael Jackson beat, and his voice is very much classic as it is new. So that's a mix or combination for a hit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when I say it's engineered in that way, meaning that there's an entire team behind that record that has a goal for that one record.
Yeah.
Not even your album. This one record, we're going to do this. And it's a whole team to create that one record, which means it's not really...
The difference is,
it's a disconnect between the artist and the song to some degree, because it's not really about the artist singing you the song. It's about what we're going to do with this record.
But the difference is, in the 90s, you tell me yes or no, in the 90s when an album came out, people were buying albums if they heard one song, two songs, and then they bought the whole album.
Yes.
Now, artists are getting rich off of making one song and getting it distributed on iTunes and all the up-to-date ways to get music out.
Yeah.
So their promotion
Boy,
is
perfect
just as
example.
important for one song as it is a whole album, as compared to the 90s where their whole structure was based around pushing a good LP.
You got to look at it like this. This is why I try to always take into account, because I'm as critical as anybody else.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you got to put the framework into play, right?
Absolutely.
It wasn't the media capability of a record right now is way different than it was in the 90s. In the 90s, there was only a few mediums. The fact that you can get a song downloaded to your phone, watch the video on your phone, listen to the ringtone on your phone.
The access is incredible.
So when somebody can make a YouTube hit on their phone and become a star.
Right.
Couldn't happen before.
No.
So the level of it, the machinery of it makes it hyper capitalism. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really about, because we know we can make money off of it, that's the focus.
Now they say,
You know what I mean?
they say nowadays it's more important to know, it's important to know your business. As much as you know your music, you should know the business sense of it and everything around it. You have mentioned that you have done other things outside of the hip hop as well. You mentioned you were directing things.
I've done some directing, but I haven't done what I want to do with directing. But I produce films. I've done music supervision for films.
Really?
I've acted. I've been in several documentaries. Hip Hop Hope, The Furious Force of Rhymes, which is done by the Smithsonian Channel.
Wow.
You can just Google that. Hip Hop Hope, like I said. I did music supervision for the movie Blackout with Zoe Saldana, Jeffrey Wright.
No doubt.
I just did a film a year and a half ago called The Tombs, a short film that I was associate producer on. And I'm looking to do another film coming up. So that, I do a lot of activism stuff. I do a lot of... a little bit of everything, you know what I mean? I'm doing some artist development now. I got the SIRT thing rolling. You see the logo behind me.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? Staten Island Roundtable. We're about to launch this Not97.com website for music for the people, by the people.
That's how we're gonna do it right now, live from Brooklyn TV. We're gonna go into the whole Not 97. We're gonna go into the Staten Island Roundtable. Shout out to my man Stomach, who's in the building. Let's get into what Dyverse has been doing right now with this hip hop. This is Dyverse featuring Stomach. Shake It Down, live from Brooklyn TV. Let's go.
Got all this money on me. Yeah. Hey, yo, Fleet, pull up, man. I need to see that. That's nice. Hey, yo, mama. You know her? Let me out. Stomach. I said, let me see you shake it now. Stomach going that kitty, I'ma make it say me out. We out, mommy, let's escape the town. Hit up one of them spots, it's time to get it shaking now. I give the fatty a high five. Have a dancing for them M's like Fry Guys. See, I'm fly like a US Airways. A tongue on my lobe, gotta give me airplay. A couple racks right in front of you. Nobody do it like Stomach do. You know your boy sitting comfortable. Closet full of sweaters, Mr. Huxtable. Let me see you shake it now. Turn around and pop it, baby, then you take it down. Yeah, take it down. Let me see you make it round. Couple bottles of goose, I'm trying to see you naked now. Let me see you shake it now. Turn around and pop it, baby, then you take it down. Yeah, take it down. Let me see you make it round. Couple bottles of goose, I'm trying to see you naked now. Sand to the beach, a gram for the freaks. Was actually her night out. I just came to think. I just came in case I get some brains before we leave. Cause anything can happen here. It's that kind of atmosphere. On deck, my brizzle blowing a check. This one cake for another. She respect a real hustle. Smacking dollars, then some stripper ass. She wonder why I love her. I let wifey get a gas back to the past so we go do your lap dance. When you make your booty clap sound like a tap dance. We like a thoroughbred, mommy with a gap stand. And an aqua fresh now. We got a pole Let me see you shake it. Let me see you shake it now. Turn around and pop it. Baby, then you take it down. Yeah, take it down. Let me see you make it rounds. Couple bottles of goose, I'm trying to see you naked now. Let me see you shake it now. Turn around and pop it. Baby, then you take it down. Yeah, take it down. Let me see you make it rounds. Couple bottles of goose, I'm trying to see you naked now. Let me see you shake it now. Turn around and pop it. Baby, then you take it down. Yeah, take it down. Let me see you make it rounds. Couple bottles of goose, I'm trying to see you naked now. Let me see you shake it now. Turn around and pop it. Baby, then you take it down. Yeah, take it down. Let me see you make it round. Couple bottles of goose, I'm trying to see you naked now.
Live from Brooklyn TV.
Shout out to you, big homie.
Dyverse.
Out here.
Shout out to you, man, for coming through. Of course, shout out to Stomach.
Let me shout my Wizzy out. Love you, baby. Word up.
Of course, gotta send love to the ladies. Gotta, of course, the special lady in your life. That's how it should be said. But that was you and Stomach right there. So you guys are working on some stuff together.
So that's the first single off of our Mutual Funds project that we have in the works. That's the first record off my record label, Exclusive Audio. Shout out to my man Rick Resin, who's the in-house producer who produced that track. He's a monster. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be producing the majority of the SIRT album too. So shout out to him, one of the best producers on Staten Island.
I wanted to show this picture since we already spoke on it. Mm-hmm. Now, who's in this picture with you?
This is actually a young kid named Elijah. I believe his last name is Harrison. And I brought him with me to the premiere of The Tombs at Urban World. And that was last summer. Last summer, I brought him to the premiere of my movie, The Tombs. He was a good kid. And he was saying he was interested in film, so I brought him out. Actually, that's a picture from Staten Island Advance. From the newspaper did an article on me for bringing him out there.
Nah, that's always good. I mean, that's 2 in 1 right there. You're doing a movie premiere and you're helping the kids out. And, it's important definitely to look out for the youngsters because they're the ones that are trying to come up with the same dreams and aspirations, I guess, as us guys already did.
I mean, I believe it's my responsibility to just exemplify manhood, yo, straight up. It's that simple to me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like young men should have an example of what a man is to look at and be like, yo, I'm going to model myself after that man, how he carry himself, how he walk, how he talk to the people, how he, you know what I mean? Your ability, your honesty, your integrity, all of those. I just try to model that. So that's what really, when you see me giving back, it's really just to give an example of real G shit, honestly.
So back in the day on the block, were you one of the dudes freestyling with the boys?
When I started freestyling, like in high school era, I was one of them dudes who used to never leave. I used to just break people's backs in ciphers on a regular basis. Like,
so how is it now? Can you give me something right now?
You know why I can't? I'm gonna tell you why I can't.
All right.
Because I'm getting old. Because I'm getting old, and I don't remember half these darts. You know what it is? At this point in my life, I realized that
I love that term, darts. That's a great term. That's a great term.
Not even on no, but at this point in my life, what I realized that's happening to me as an artist is that I'm so much in the CEO mindset, in the business mindset, that rap to me is like on the back burner.
Okay.
Like Stomach is the person who really, like, I've been doing music, hip hop, and mix hop with my band for the past 10, 15 years, loving it. We play on a regular basis. Right. We tour. We do our thing, blah, blah, blah. Shout out to Aqua Vibe. We the shit forever, you know. But I really didn't care about regular hip-hop and rap and industry. I was done with that kind of, like, I was doing the band thing, which is way more lucrative, and I'm starting to do the movie thing heavy. And I was more in my CEO mode and starting to get the business up and the clothing line stuff going.
So what made you tell Stomach yes, that you wanted to do something on the track?
I just was working on a project, my own project, for a long time over the years, collecting all the artists that I want. Capadon, Solomon Child, Shaheem,
No
Stomach,
Staten Island representatives.
NY Oil, just artists that I thought was dope and really exemplified Staten Island. And once I got back in the booth with Stomach, he just, his energy was up. He got me up. He had me writing crazy again, and then he just put the battery in my back to just slay these dudes, to not let these suckers walk around without having to worry about stepping on the landmine as known as my rhyme. You feel me?
Okay.
Word.
Is there anybody out there, I mean, pulling yourself back into the game, you're in the game. Mm-hmm. Is there anybody you want to work with at this point? I mean, even somebody classic or even new style?
As an MC that I would like to work with?
Of course.
I still kind of want to do a song with Corrupt.
Really?
Word. I still got mad love for Corrupt. I got mad love for Beans. I love Beanie Siegel.
No doubt.
I still would love to do a joint with Lauren, a CeeLo. I'd love to do a record with CeeLo.
So you got a little soul behind you talking about Lauren or CeeLo. Would you do an R&B joint, something along those lines?
I'm actually trying. I was in the works of working on an R&B project. One particular singer didn't work out with her, so I'm gonna probably variate it with different singers, but just half rap, half R&B. But like I said, I got a live band, so I'm at a point musically where if I like it, I like it.
Right.
I don't care if it fit radio or the mold, and I don't give a fuck. All I care is that I like the shit, and then I play it, and I enjoy listening to it, and I'm playing it, and that's how I feel.
Let's talk about what Not97 is.
All right.
Explain that.
Okay, well, Not97 was born out of the concept of the SIRT, which was Staten Island forming together to kind of have each other's back so that as a collective, the city and the rest of the world had to respect our gangster as a collective. The first move we came up with was Not97, which was the brainchild of my man Neffy Neff, the last American B-boy. What he realized was that because music and the models of business is transitioning, that radio won't stay the same as what we think it is anyway. So why are we dick riding and trying to get on the radio and be accepted when they're not showing us no respect and no love? And I think Summer Jam had a lot to do with that. Staten Island not getting no respect on the festival stage when the Wu-Tang was performing and nobody from Staten Island as an up-and-comer was on the festival stage. All of those things were happening at the same time. And Neff realized that there
really wasn't much on that festival stage. I mean, there was a couple, but not.
As an overall,
I was out there. Shout out to my brother Sean P. We went out there. He was actually hosting the festival.
Yeah,
he judged. He was one of the judges, and there was one time. And look, no disrespect to any of the MCs that was up on that festival, but I'm speaking truth. Mm-hmm. The crowd is the one that chooses who goes on to the next round, so on and so forth. The dude, Sean P., 2 times in a row said nobody goes on. Canceled out both MCs. So that's why there should have been representation from all across the board, giving everybody a shot.
If Summer Jam is the premier, and this is what they call it, and this is what it is to a certain degree, the premier hip-hop concert, if you Google Hot 97 right now, it'll say the premier hip-hop urban station in America, which means Summer Jam is the premier hip-hop concert. And it's New York, home of hip-hop, and everybody's not represented. And the funny thing about it is mostly the streets ain't represented in New York. And that's my thing. Like, Rock the Bells has a festival stage, you know what I'm saying? And everybody, fans get to see who they like, not just the artists that are promoted and shoved down their throats. No disrespect to any of the artists that are out right now. But at the end of the day, radio shouldn't be 7, 8, 9 artists, straight up and down. If you're the premier hip-hop station, and what I don't like about it and why we formed Not97 is because that title of being a premier hip-hop station, they dictate the culture. And I don't think that's what's up. So I'm not with it. There's a lot of artists who ain't with it. There's a lot of fans who ain't with it. Hip-hop culture is not Hot 97.
And on the Wu-Tang Forever album, I can hear RZA's voice with the little sound effects in the background talking about what people are doing. MCs are coming out making R&B, rapping bullshit, and RZA was talking, and that was 1997. When was that? It was after 97 because Cap had Hot 97 mentality.
I can't even. It might have been 98, 99.
Yeah. And he was saying that back then. What was happening and what was being made.
Nas said it too. Throw a chick on a hook, or an R&B chick on a hook, and there's just your single.
Yep.
My thing is this: I'm not disrespectful to nobody's music. Everybody has I make music that ain't always dope. Everybody wants the right to make whatever they want to make. What I'm saying is, if you the radio, where's the variety?
Right.
There's no more variety. You force us to listen to the same people all day. You make them into stars. You give them a platform for a voice. You dictate culture because you only play a certain type of music. You don't balance it out. You know what I'm saying? There's no more future flavors. Where's the platform for new artists? I remember they used to have Make It or Break It at 8. Angie Martinez used to have a Make It or Break It moment segment. None of that exists no more. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, fuck that. We dictate what hip-hop culture is, not them. So that's Not 97 is, you don't dictate it. Not y'all. We do. So that's what it comes down to.
Shout out to my man Jordan Rock. That's Chris Rock's little brother. He comes through the Live from Brooklyn TV. We do a show called Turn Off Your Radio. And
shout out to the RBGs.
Jordan has a specific type of he likes the Earl sweatshirts. He likes the ASAP Fergs. He likes certain Wiz Khalifa joints and stuff like that. Now that's stuff that mainly, of course, none of it's on the radio, and that's a different style of hip hop. That's a different style than we're used to. So how do you feel about the diversity of
I love it. You know
hip-hop?
why? Because it brings hip-hop back to the beginning, which it was about originality and versatility. So that's what it comes down to. I don't care if the rapper is Chinese, Japanese, African, Indian, whatever he is. Because like I said, I'm in that Furious Force of Rhymes documentary. It's about hip-hop all around the world. Germans, Gaza Strip,
Right.
France.
everywhere?
Everywhere, Africa. My point is, where's the versatility in the playing of the music? That's my point. Listen, Wiz Khalifa, I'm not a fan of Wiz Khalifa at all. But I like a couple of his records. I'm not a fan of him, but I like this record or that record. And same thing for other artists. I might like this record or that record, and I don't have a problem with listening to it and liking that song. But I can't only hear you on the radio all day by yourself. So it's not an issue of the versatility. I love the versatility in hip-hop. We need it. That's what makes it dope.
But you want all sides represented.
But play everybody's music. Play a balance of music. It's 24 hours in every day. How many times do we have to hear this one person's song in a day? That's fucked up.
So being the name that you have, Dyverse, that's exactly what you are. You're a little mix of hip hop. You're a little mix of business. You're venturing into some other things.
Film.
What do you see yourself going forward from today forward? What is Dyverse going to be getting into?
Well, we taking the Mutual Funds project is coming soon. Right now, we're just trying to pick the songs that we're going to run with for that project. So
and who you working with on that?
That's me and Stomach. That's me and Stomach's EP together.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? That's also the first project off the exclusive audio label. So I'm getting my, CEO on. I'm getting my artists back on. I'm getting my coalition building on with SIRT and building that brand. We back to doing events now in the city. I just had a birthday party at Hudson River Cafe. We got Greenhouse next week. We're going to start working with these promoters and getting the city popping. Shout out to Long Island Roundtable when they form. I'm coalition building. So right now you're going to see me heavy on my CEO and heavy on my leadership shit, but I'm still a force to be reckoned with on this mic. I might not remember all my freestyles and blah, 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 but that's not my job no more. That's your job. Your job is when I make a record, have something for that. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my brother Mike Hands, of course.
Shout out to my man Mikey Hands. No disrespect with the left, daddy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Last American B-Boy. Shout out to Mila Machinko and the War Media crew. Shout out to my band Aqua Vibe.
I know
MMOB. I just came from their video shoot, Jiggy Jada.
No doubt. Staten Island, Brooklyn. Mike Hands represents the Bucktown movement. Everybody from Brownsville out there. Shout out to General Steel and all them.
Danger Room. Let me shout Danger Room out, too, because they show a lot of love. DJ
Right.
DeMac, who did the hashtag
You got a portion of Brooklyn that represents what you boys over there in Staten Island.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing. Keep the real hip-hop unified with all the people that want to be a part of it.
Big things are going on. You already know what it is. Shout out to Capadonna and everybody else from Staten Island.
No
and we're going to keep this Papacito. Shout out to Shaheem as well. I love you, my G.
Live from Brooklyn TV, Dyverse. Thank you for being here, brother. I appreciate it.
I want it.
Peace.